Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Steve Lemon, and in this video I am going to follow up on the previous video that I just did, which was the unboxing of the JibOne by Edelkrone. I'm going to show you just how amazing this bad boy is. We're going to walk through how to use it. We're going to talk a little bit about its feature functionality. But before I get into talking about any of that, I say we jump in and check out a video of its capability. Check this out. Amazing, right? I love the look. I love the feel of that. Now let me just talk really quickly about why you would want something like this. So it is a little bit on the pricey side. It's not a very cheap toy, so to speak. This is about $1,400, I think, list price on their site right now. You can get the HeadOne, the two that I have there, for about $400 a piece. That's another $800. And then you have the bracket there that holds the two together. That is about another $100. So for about $1,800, $1,900, $2,000, that's what this setup costs. Now, I typically come by that money simply by performing as many jobs as I can, I should say, as solo as I possibly can, doing them by myself. And what that allows me to do is reinvest money into tools like this that I can use. Now, over the years, I have collected smaller things leading up to this. So I do want to say that if you are just getting into filmmaking, this is probably going to be way out of what you are going to be able to spend, because you just haven't gotten to a place where you have been able to save that money or get those jobs yet. So this is definitely at a specific point in time in your job, career, things like that. But I do want to talk about its capabilities and why I'm using it. One of the reasons why I get it is because this is a lot cheaper than having other staff. So what do I mean by that? This camera can operate completely autonomously by itself once I set it up. So think about a wedding and think about another camera angle that's sort of slowly going up and down like this, slowly panning and tilting into the crowd, say, or pointing at the ceremony itself and then going up and turning and looking back at the crowd. It's a really good B-roll camera shot. If I'm doing an interview, this would be a great tool to have, because you can tilt it on its side and have the camera swing back and forth. If you have the PTZ, the pan, not zoom, but pan and tilt, then you can do a really cool shot for an interview. So just all the reasons I get this. So now let me just jump into the app itself and show you how to do this, and then we'll call it a day. And so I just want to show you guys how this works. So one of the cool things about this is hand positionable. So Edelkrone has made this motor so that it responds very nicely to my hand pushing against it, so I can just move this where I want it to be to set up my first shot. And so for what we're going to do here, I'm going to go down about level with that Canon T3i in the back over there, which you might not be able to see in this shot. I'm going to go into my app, and so it's just video and production in my apps. I go to the Edelkrone app, and I've already connected to the devices. But if you're doing this for the first time, all you need to do is plug your batteries in, click start, and it will find all of the pieces of equipment in your environment and then connect to them. And then when you come back into the app, it should automatically resync with all of those pieces of equipment. If it fails, like it might be doing right now, because I've been sitting here talking for a minute, all you need to do is unplug the batteries and reset everything, and then refire up the app, and it will work. So let's actually do that. So this is good because it's showing you what happens sometimes if it doesn't connect. So I'm going to disconnect the battery in the JibOne. So I unplugged both those, plugged them back in. They both will beep. There they go. And now I'm going to hit start pairing in the app again, hit start, and now it is looking for all three of those devices and bundling them up in the app, which is truly amazing. And so here you go. Very quickly it found I have swing, so it'll allow me to swing. I have pan, and I have tilt. So I have control of all three right here in the app. So I'm going to come down about level with that Canon T3i, which was my first, the OG DSLR. I'm going to create that as pose 1. And so I'll just tap and hold pose 1. I'll open up my camera here, which opens up the camera in my phone. I'll take a picture of the T3i. And now that is my storyboard shot of what's in that shot. Now, shot number 2, I'm going to come up and I'm going to actually pan all the way across to the DJI Mavic Pro over here on shelf number 2. Line up my shot. Maybe I'll pan down a little bit. So I'm going to turn off pan tilt. You can see I can also isolate which movement I'm making because I can do them both simultaneously. So I actually want to look down a little bit on it. So we'll go right there. Press and hold pose 2. Hit my camera icon. Take a picture of the Mavic Pro there. Now, for the final shot, I'm going to come up. You're going to see my powering cables for my iPad. Not quite to the top of the bucket list or bucket there. Shot there, whatever, range there, whatever I'm trying to say. And I'm going to get a shot of that goofy character there and those 2 books. I'm going to take a picture of that. And there's my 3rd shot. So now what you see is I have 3 poses. So if I want to go to any one of those poses, I just simply need to tap on it and it will automatically move back to that pose, doing the swing, doing the pan, doing the tilting, all autonomously, so I don't have to do anything to get it to go there, which is a truly amazing thing. Now I'm going to go down to pose 1 and I'm going to do a little experiment here. I'm going to go over to what's called sequencer, and in the sequencer it allows me to pick all the sequencing speeds between all of those different shots, which in that earlier shot at the beginning of this video, that's what I did. So now I'm going to speed this up a little bit, slow this down a little bit, I should say. We'll say 10 seconds on that. We'll say 7 seconds to the 3rd one, and the final one we'll leave as is. Notice there's a rewind button here, which takes us back to the beginning of the play. I'm going to hit loop, and I'm going to hit loop for a very specific reason, because during this shoot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange a few pieces of tooling on those shelves. And then in post, I'm going to actually fade between those different poses, and we're going to change where things are on the shelf while the camera's moving, which gives you this amazing sort of effects shot. And so you could not do this with just your hand very easily. Maybe it could be done, maybe somebody out there with a super stable hand, but for me, not possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play, and so it's going to loop through these motions, and I'm going to set my phone down here for a second. Once it's done with that 3rd motion, it's going to start swinging back down. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to move a couple things around on the shelf, and then we'll fix those in post. I think I'm going to do 2, maybe 3 passes just to give you an idea of what it could look like. So now we're coming back down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this Canon up here. I'm going to move this 50 mil over here, this guy over here, and this guy over here. Get out of the way and get out of the way of the light so it can do its thing. So now it's moved around a little bit. All right, wait till it's done with that shot. There we go. Now it's coming back down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the Mavic Pro and the 50 mil and my other lenses. I'm going to put my Mavic Pro down here on the bottom, out of the lighting so it can do its thing. There we go. Now it's going to come up to the lenses and then up to the Goofy and book, and that is going to be it. I'm going to stop the app at that point. Now as we come back down, I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. All right, there are other things that I can do inside of this app as well, including target mode and stop animation, but I'm not going to get into that today. I say we go ahead and jump into the editing software, and I can walk you through what I'm doing there. Okay, let's do that. I will show you how to do that in a later video if you want to see it, but you need to comment below and let me know if you want to know how to do that. I will show you how to do that, and please keep in mind this is super fast, super rushed. I just wanted to make it quick for you tonight. So without any further ado, here is that piece with some music. Have yourselves a good night. Do me a favor, click the like and subscribe button below, and as always, thank you for watching, and I did this in under 10 minutes. Peace.